Next this lunchtime, emergency teams from the Environment Agency are working to clean up a serious diesel leak near Clumber Park in Nottinghamshire. It's affected the River Poulter, and whilst the source has been identified, work has focused on preventing it spreading to the National Trust's nearby Clumber Lake. Hannah Meredith reports.
Yes, we're up in Carburton today, a small, pretty village, as you can see, in North Nottinghamshire. It sits alongside the River Poulter and is just upstream from Clumber Park. But on Sunday afternoon, a member of the public spotted something in the water that shouldn't have been there, a diesel spillage. The Environment Agency have been working hard ever since on trying to contain that. Paul Reeves, you're from the Environment Agency. What did you find when you initially came down here?
Yes, well, on Sunday afternoon, having received this report from a member of the public, two of our officers came out straight away and obviously discovered there was a significant amount of this diesel on the River Poulter at this location. We've been using two types of booms, one which is essentially just a fixed almost like a plastic boom, which is a physical barrier. The other types of booms we're using are what we call oil absorbents, and it's a synthetic fibre which only absorbs oil but not water. So that will be physically holding the oil back, but also will be soaking it up into the body of the boom as well.
And did last night's and today's heavy rain hamper that work?
Yes, there is a slight increase in river flows from the rain we had overnight. That has had the effect of bringing quite a bit more oil down, and unfortunately some of the oil which we were containing at this location has gone a bit further downstream. But in saying that, we have sort of taken that into consideration. We've got a number of other booms between here and Clumber Park. So having looked at the river this morning, we can safely say there is still no risk to Clumber Park at the moment.
Thank you, Paul. Well, an investigation is underway, and you'll hear more about that at 6:30 tonight on BBC East Midlands Today.
Teams from the Environment Agency are working to clean up a serious diesel leak on the River Poulter in Nottinghamshire.
The source has been identified, but emergency workers are focusing on preventing the oil spreading into the lake at Clumber Park, which lies just downstream. Hannah Meredith reports.
Diesel and lots of it, all heading along the River Poulter near Carburton towards a site of special scientific interest and the nearby National Trust lake at Clumber Park. The leak was reported on Sunday afternoon by a member of the public. Since then, the Environment Agency has put in 9 boom barriers along the 1.5-mile stretch of diesel-affected water.
Some of the booms are just a physical barrier. Oil floats on water, so the booms just collect the oil as it flows up to the boom. The other booms we use are actually oil absorbent as well as a physical barrier. They're made of a man-made fibre, it just absorbs oil and not water, and then the oil will soak into those, and then when they get fully saturated, we'll remove them, dispose them and replace them with a new one.
You can really smell the diesel in the air here, and after last night's heavy rainfall, they've had to put in deeper booms to cope with the increased water flow. It's hoped that that will contain the spill and keep the effect on surrounding wildlife to a minimum.
There's no real obvious signs of any impact to them at the moment, so we will be keeping vigilant, and if we do come across any water birds, particularly swans that appear to have been infected, of course we'll be contacting our partner organisations like the RSPB and RSPCA, who will come out and assist us doing a rescue on these animals.
Whilst the agency believes it's identified the source, investigations are continuing. In the meantime, it's thought the clean-up could carry on for many weeks to come. Hannah Meredith, BBC East Midlands Today, Carburton.
Next, teams from the Environment Agency have been fighting to contain a pollution incident 4 days after diesel leaked into a Nottinghamshire river. Emergency workers have spent the day trying to stop the fuel in the River Poulter from reaching a site of special scientific interest and the lake at Clumber Park. The source has been identified, but the agency says the clean-up will take weeks.